Attention, all stations. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Bonsoir tout le monde et bienvenue. This is Victor Alpha, Charlie Juliet Zulu, VA3 CJZ, opening the Amateur Radio Exchange Group, also known as AREG, for Wednesday, December 11th, 2024. My name is Chuck, and my station is located in East Hamilton. And this net is on every Wednesday night, starting at 8 p.m. and ending around 10 p.m. local time here on 146.430. And since this is a simplex net, not everyone will be able to hear everyone else. And so I stream the net on YouTube so people who tune in can hear stations that they cannot hear on their radio, hear how their audio sounds on the air, and see their signal strength and see my station layout. So just type my call into the YouTube search box, VA3CJZ, and you can either look for us live or under the title AREG Week 1630. We're at week 1630, consecutive weeks. And finally, we ask that you please leave a 1 second delay between transmissions to allow others to break in. Now, with that, are there any mobile or time sensitive stations? I heard PDL in there, VE3 Papa Delta Lima. You're in the log, sir. Is there anyone else?
Victor Echo 3 Foxtrot Hotel Echo.
All right, so I've got VE3 Fox Hotel Echo. Are you time sensitive, Walt? Or you're portable?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I'm quick on the draw there. No, I'm not time sensitive. I'll be listening. Sorry, carry
on. No problem. Just hang tight. I'll see if I could grab a couple more and then we'll start with you. So let's open up the net to anyone with a valid license. This is VA3 CJZ.
VA3 AXJ.
VA3 IMW.
All right, so we got a total of 3 there. Fox Hotel Echo, Alpha X-Ray Juliet, and India Mike Whiskey. Let's say hello to Walt, VE3 Fox Hotel Echo.
Well, hi there. I really have nothing to say other than glad you're there putting the net on. I'm interested in your second half. Good to be in there. Thanks for letting me participate. Victor Echo 3 Foxtrot Hotel Echo.
Okay, Walt, you weren't talking about my wife, were you? The second half?
No, actually, I like your nostalgia and your reports. Very interesting. Thanks, PE3FHE.
All right, very good. Thanks, Walt. Well, enjoy the show, as some people say. Let's check on YouTube here. We've got Wade, VA3NCA. Good evening, Wade. How is my audio? I did something a little different for the YouTube stream. I'm using the same microphone as I'm transmitting with on the radio. All right, while we wait for Wade, let's go to Rick, VA3AXJ. Rick, come on in.
Yeah, good evening there, Chuck. Interesting day today. Went and got my needles today in my back, and the girl that was doing them wanted to update my medications. And then she asked me if I was allergic to anything, and I said yes. I said cortisone. And I didn't know cortisone is actually a steroid. And I thought I was allergic to it, but that's what I'm getting. The cortisone with the lanacane.
Ah, you mean the injections for your back? In your back?
Yeah, because when I was a very young child, around the age of, I can't remember, if you don't want to remember,
The Stone Age?
I had a shot of cortisone on my knee, and I actually bruised after that. And that's what I thought I was allergic to it. But according, that's one of the things you got to look for is bruising. Like my both arms are completely bruised, and that's one of the what do you say? How do you say that? I can't remember. Spit my tongue here. That's one of the effects of the cortisone, which I didn't know, but now I do know.
So you mean you've been getting medication that you're allergic to, and that's probably one of the effects is the bruising of the arms. Is that where you get your shot?
No, no, I get the shots in the back, but apparently I'm not allergic to it, cortisone. It's just the effects of it after, like the after effects. Like, how do you say that? I can't say the word. Can't remember what it was. But yeah, it causes bruising. So here I am, a year and a half later, and I'm bruised all over my arms. That's the only spot, just my arms. And I found out today that's what's doing it.
Yeah, I think they call that side effects there, Rick. Uh, oh, dear. So you just going to stick with that, or are you going to ask them if there's something else they can substitute that might not give you the bruising?
Well, I don't know. I have to check it out and find out if there is something else. Like I'm taking 40, 40 grams instead of the 80. Which they want me to take the 80 milligrams, but I don't know. I've got to think about this. Maybe get a second opinion from somebody else.
Yeah, well, Rick, it doesn't hurt to talk to your doctor and say, I'd like to see if there's something else you can, switch out the medicine with, so I don't get these side effects of all this bruising. So it's worth a shot. They could always come back and say, "Oh, sorry, this is the medicine I have to use," or whatever, some crap. But anyways, good luck, and you gonna stick around for the rest of the net there, Rick?
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a good Samaritan last night. Well, it was around 5 o'clock. No, 4:30 actually. Disabled person with a scooter. The scooter died right in front of my house. So we tried to help him out, pushed him into the driveway, and hooked him up to the hydro. And yeah, about half an hour. He sat out there for about a half an hour, and then he was good to go. But he only had about a block and a half to go, so kind of saved him there.
In the home stretch, and then Rick comes through like the good Samaritan. Right on. Good for you, Rick. All right, my friend, you take care, and thanks for checking in. Let's move down to, I believe it's Mac that's next on my list, VA3IMW.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody else. Yeah, it's another beautiful Wednesday. Coming out of Guelph tonight, had a little bit of snow already started. So things are going to be a little dicey up there in the morning, but I understand the weather's going to get a little cooler overnight. So we're going to have a high of, -5 or something like that tomorrow. At least the roads will be dry here in town, and won't have to worry about the slipping and sliding. Cool weather, yeah, we got gear for that. And if you're too chilly, you can always borrow an extra pair of pantyhose from Rick. Anyways, we're here for the duration, and yeah, just a quick reminder: we're still planning on the winter solstice group activation on behalf of the Hamilton POTA Operators Group, the 21st of December, somewhere starting around 11 or 12 o'clock, I guess. And we'll see if we can also have some nice hot beverages that are available, just to make sure everybody has something to snuggle up to keep warm, other than the radio or RF burns on the antenna. Yep, so that's about it for now, Chuck. I'll throw it back to you, and like I said, I'm here for the duration.
All right, Mac. Well, thank you for that. And yeah, the 21st is also the winter solstice. I don't know if it's a day late or whatever this year, but it's usually on the 21st, the winter solstice, and first day of winter. So be interesting to see what the weather will have in store for us. Like you said, it's going to chill right down tonight and for the next couple of days anyways. But I know it doesn't matter how cold it gets. My wife's oven there, she turns that oven on at night, and sometimes she has to throw the covers off. So I can get warm pretty easy, other than hugging the back of my radio. Anyways, Mac, thank you for that. And how's have you done any radio activity lately?
Yeah, I made a couple of contacts on 40 meters tonight. Band conditions weren't too horrible bad. And then I flipped over to 20 meters for the usual suspects, Arizona, Alabama, and so forth. But not a lot of activity as far as cold weather activators. So yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see how things go on the weekend. I'm still a far cry off from the 4,000 parks, which is what I'm creeping up on next as an award. I think I'm at 3,900 and change. So we'll have to put some work into closing the gap, and hopefully I can get that wrapped up by the end of the year. Strangely enough, the more parks you accumulate, the less is to on the log. So no, it's a slow and steady progress once you get to this point, I guess. And I'm sure Larry probably feels the same way. You get up there with I think he's at 5,000. I don't know. I forget what he's at now, but yeah, the more you put in the log, the less new ones there is to supplement it. So it was nice when you got an award every 100 or 500 parks, but now 1,000. It's a long stretch between awards. But yeah, band conditions fairly good. Strangely enough, didn't see anything spotted on 10, 12, 15, and 17 meters tonight. Previously in the week, the wharf bands had been occupied, and always a good opportunity to reach out and touch somebody in Texas or Oregon or any place like that. So it's yeah, it's fun. And obviously, POTA is not the only place where you can make HF contacts, but yeah, usually by the time I get home from work, and I just want to be able to turn on the radio, make sure everything's working just the way I think it should be, and spotting parks on the air contacts is usually the best thing to do. Anyways, that's my radio activity for the radio activity. Glowing in the dark. There you go. Back to you, Chuck.
All right, very good, Mac. Yeah, it's funny. I noticed as soon as they mentioned that NASA officially announced that the sun has flipped its poles, I noticed the numbers are down, solar flux and sunspots, and the bands have been all over the place. I mean, 40 for me wasn't very active for the longest time, and lately, last few days, it has been. and 10 has been down, and then it pops up again in the evening. So conditions are, yeah, they're up and down at this point in time. So yeah, get them while you can, because once we reach the uh, the lower part of the sun cycle there, you know, you're going to wish you had made more contacts when you had the chance. So very good, Mac. All right, well, we'll get around to you later, and I'm sure we'll have some audience participation in a little while. Thanks for your check-in, and let's see who else is out there that would like to check in with us here on the weekly Simplex Amateur Radio Exchange Group Net. This is VA3CJZ.
VA3NCA.
Victor Echo 3, Zulu Juliet Charlie.
Okay, 2 stations there. Wade, I already had you in my log. And Jason, you'll be next. VA3NCA, come on in.
VA3CJZ, VA3NCA. Good evening, Chuck, and good evening, everybody on net. Yeah, I wanted to make it official with an RF check-in there. Hope everything's going well. I heard you for the second time in a row on Jerry's YouTube stream. So you were up there again today. You had an opportunity to have a couple more back and forth with him on this one, but yeah, he was out doing his what he calls the poor man's performer, POTA performer, but this time he was throwing his wire up into a tree. So yeah, good stuff. It's a good way to run it. I was playing with one similarly, but with a tape measure. Pulled out and up into a tree with little sanded sections for the length I needed. So that was a fun thing to do, but it got some stares from the passerbys in the park. But that's okay. That's all right. Other than that, yeah, I listened around on the radio a little bit today, but just kind of off and on. I had a couple other things to do for work and that, so I didn't get a lot of time on it. But I did tinker around with a little receiver project I have, trying to make a 40-meter receiver out of basically scrap parts, based on, well, according to plans that the Solder Smoke podcast folks have. So I got the oscillator, the local oscillator part done, and it actually even works. So it's putting out an LO for 7 megahertz, and I put a picture of that up on the Discord. So on to the double balanced mixer. So that's got a couple of toroids to wind. So I'm listening along to the AREG and winding some toroids. So that makes for a good night as far as I'm concerned. Thanks for picking me up there, Chuck, and I'll send it back over to you.
All right, very good, Wade. I'm curious, how big is that going to be, your project?
It's actually pretty small, pretty low tech. It has no integrated circuits, but it does have transistors and coils, and it's only 40 meters. That's all it does. So there are 4 boards in it, but they're small. They're maybe, well, let me just grab my thing here, 4 inches by 2 inches. So small little boards. There's an LO board, which is the local oscillator. There is a RF attenuator and bandpass filter board, and then there's the mixer board, and then there is an audio amplifier. And those 4 boards are all you need for a pretty basic low-level sideband receiver. So yeah, building it up in parts. The first step is to get something wiggling at 7 megahertz for the 40 meter receiver. So yeah, I've seen a few YouTube videos of people running these things, and they seem to work if you can figure out how to get them to. But you know, they're made out of scratch parts and little boards with what they call Manhattan style circuits. So you basically break up pieces of circuit board and glue them on top of other circuit board, and you kind of, if you've seen old radios, they kind of build circuits from components floating in midair. It's a little bit like that. It looks like a mess, but if you look at it right, it starts to make a little more sense. So it's a fun little thing so far. I'm 1/4 of the way in.
All right, very good, very good. Reminds me of my first crystal radio that I put together as a kid. There, I think it was only it wasn't didn't do a lot, but hey, as a kid, it was a lot of fun. Okay, Wade. Well, thank you so much for your check-in. Much appreciated, sir. So I'll let you get back to it. And yeah, if there's anything else there, jump right in. Or there's a subject anybody wants to talk about, by all means, bring it up. And so thanks again, Wade, VA3NCA. And let's move down to Jason, VE3 Zulu Juliet Charlie.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody else on frequency. Nothing exciting for me today. I've managed to get home in one piece. Traffic was all right today coming home, but at 4:07, somebody else paying the bill definitely helps these days. Other than that, I'm just listening along and slowly putting stuff back together in the office/shack here. So I'll send it back to you.
Oh, yeah. Was this your first day back after working from home?
No, I was in the office Monday. Tuesdays are usually the worst for traffic, so I stay home on Tuesdays. But today was back in the office. Tomorrow I'll be there, unfortunately. And Friday is always a work from home for me.
Oh, okay. Very good. What was I going to say? Oh, you're on the crossband right now, right?
No, not yet. I'm up on the base in the shack. Like I said, putting some stuff back together. There's some equipment and collectible things that haven't made it back in here yet, but they're on their way this evening. But I'm sure I'll be on the crossband shortly.
All right. I think you and Steve, NFG, are the two guys that have, taken apart and put back together their station there. So yeah, it takes a bit to get everything organized and back in line and all set up there. So good luck with that, Jason. And of course, you got a great signal coming in here, almost full strength, I think. And by the way, Wade, you are a 20 over S9. Great audio. And of course, you can play that back on YouTube. If you've just joined us, I do stream the net on YouTube. Just put my call sign in there, VA3CJZ. And you can find us live streaming. And you can move the slider at the bottom back and forth wherever you like. There is a clock on all of the cameras that I show on the YouTube screen. So, all right, Jason, do you have anything else?
No, that's it for me. I'm just with most of the things back in the office. I'm just wondering if the horrible echo that you guys complained about before, and hearing the room, if that has returned back to the normal sound that one expects.
Yes, but I would recommend looking into some equalizer settings to change. You're sounding a little bit narrow. There are no bass tones that I can detect, and I am wearing earbuds, so you got almost pinched off kind of sound there. It's very clear, mind you, but just if you can adjust the equalizer, then try to add some low tones. But other than that, sounds good there, Jason.
All right, thanks for the feedback, Chuck. I will poke through the menus here on the radio and send it back to you. Thanks for doing this one. VE3 ZJC, back to that.
Okay. For a moment there, I thought maybe you were on narrow FM, but no. Yeah, I think you're on wide. Okay, very good then. So let's see who else is out there would like to check in with us. I'd like to say hello to Noel, VE3 Kilo Delta Tango, and Wayne, VA3 FMB, for joining us on the YouTube stream. And so with that, let's see who else would like to check in. This is VA3 CJZ.
V3 Bravo Kilowatt.
VE3 Bravo Kilowatt. A little scratchy there, Rick, but come on in.
Yeah, I'm on the crossband and I'm on a radio I haven't used for a while, so I could be a little scratchy, I don't know. Anyway, I thought it wasn't working at first, but it is working. So there you go. Anyway, just check me in. Hello to everybody on frequency. If you can hear me, is it still scratchy?
No, it cleared right up there, Rick. I haven't heard North End Richard come on. I'm wondering if he fell asleep there or is having difficulty checking in. Are you still there, Rick?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm getting that squelch noise or something what we had this afternoon. Anyway, yeah, maybe well, we'll wait and see if he tries to check in, then we'll turn it off.
Yeah, let me see if we got Richard in there. VA3 VJC. This is VA3 CJZ. Well, I don't hear anything. Do you, Rick?
I don't hear nothing. I'm monitoring both frequencies, so he's not there, I guess. Anyway, yeah, so I'm on my old walkie-talkie, and what's the audio sound like now? Is it okay? Is it cleared up?
Yeah, the audio's good. Yeah, it's good.
Very good. Okay, the batteries were dead, and I had to. I'm on a temporary setup with 3 chargeables. So anyway, it's working. So I'll stand by and listen in and see what's going on there. So hello to everybody on frequency so far, and we'll see who else checks in. VA3 CJZ, V3 BK.
All right. Very good then, Rick. Thank you for the crossband. And hopefully Rick can get through there. Or don't know what's going on with that noise. But anyways, thank you, Rick. Okay. Anyone else? Oh, Mark has checked in with us on YouTube. Good evening, Mark. VA3 Mike Hotel Victor. And welcome all you new hams, newly licensed hams. Welcome to the hobby. And yeah, if you have questions or comments about something, by all means, go ahead. But for now, let's see if there's any other check-ins for this week's net. This is VA3 CJZ.
VA3 Whiskey Papa Golf.
VA3 Whiskey Papa Golf. Chris, come on in.
Good evening, everybody. VA3 WPG. Don't know where we're at. I literally just tuned the radio on. I just or the mobile here. I just no radio today. Spent the day out in Stony Creek. Had to go redo my forklift certification, so took care of that today. Good for another 3 years. Other than that, just be listening to Net in the background. See where I am. Maybe pop on for some of the fun and games for a bit, but if not, I will be listening well.
Roger, Chris. So it's a 3-year certification, eh? And what is it? Just one type of forklift you can operate, or is it several different kinds?
That would be the 1, 4, and 5 with propane exchange. So I guess 1 is the tires. Oh, we didn't go through the classes, but 5 is the electric ones. Just standard warehouse forklift, but yeah, it's good for 3 years. Class 1, 4, and 5, and exchanging the propane tanks.
Yeah, that's the big deal right there. The handling the propane properly. Ah, very good. Okay. Any radio work lately?
I think I may have mentioned yesterday I hunted one station on POTA. Yeah, I'm just actually curious right now what those classes are. I know 5 is the electric uh, images. Yeah, I'm not going to find it right now, but 5 is the electric. The It has something to do with the type of tires on them, I think.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Very good. Very good. Back in my day, you just learned on the job, and if you didn't crash or smash anything, you you were certified. But things have changed since my time. I've actually even used the stand up, the ones you stand on, uh, over at ED Smith. Those are used a lot. Okay, very good, Chris. Thanks for your check in, sir. You got a great signal and nice, strong audio. Do you have anything else to add?
Oh yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, I think you're talking about. Are you talking about the pallet jacks or the Raymond reaches?
Well, I'm not trying to be specific. I was just wondering what all your certification does, because I know there are different. You have to be you probably have to be qualified on different machines.
Yeah, I was just wondering which one you did. Okay, see, I already buggered that up. Class 1 is the electric one. 4 is internal combustion engine truck with cushion tires. And 5 is the internal combustion engine trucks with pneumatic tires. I knew it had something to do with tires, but I got my numbers mixed up.
Ah, okay, yeah, yeah, very good. Um, yeah, right on. Well, good for you, and hopefully that makes you lots of money. So, anyways, okay, thanks, Chris. So we'll clear with VA3 WPG. Anyone else out there like to check in with us here on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group? My name is Chuck, and I'm located by the Center Mall in East Hamilton. Anyone, anywhere, please come now.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Echo Uniform.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Echo Uniform. Tomash, come on in.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody else on the net here. Yeah, just turned the radio on a couple of minutes ago, and make sure I put my check in the net there. How you doing there, Chuck?
Doing pretty good over here. Not venturing too far. I should be walking more, but I just found out I went to renew um, a medicine for my blood pressure, and on the pill bottle, on the label, it said make an appointment with your doctor. So I phoned them up, and I said, "What's up with this?" And she said, "Oh, the doctor wants you to get a blood pressure reading for 5 days before we renew your prescription." They just want to know if my blood pressure is doing okay, because I don't go into the doctor's office anymore. I pretty much do everything over the phone.
Yeah, I hear you on that one there, Chuck. Yeah, sometimes I get white coat syndrome and my blood pressure goes up, but most of the time it's down, especially in the summer when I'm cycling. It goes way down. But yeah, I usually get a batch every six months or whatever, and they take it. And most of the time it's okay, but yeah, I've never heard of them doing that. I think they did that with my wife. Yeah, they had hers test hers out because hers was pretty high. But yeah, I don't like the damn things. So what else are you gonna do? You gotta take them.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Yeah. Other than that, yeah, we're just getting geared up for Christmas there, and um, yeah, just taking it easy and uh, watching the weather. Anyways, had some issues with my foot switch for my boom microphone, and I've got that straightened out. It was just a contact wire that had broken off the ground, and so soldered that back on, and we're back in action. And so life is good. Thanks for checking in, Tom. And do you have anything else?
Nope, nothing else to report at this end. I'm just going to sit here and listen along for about a half hour, 45 minutes there, and there's some good stuff from the net here. So, nope, nothing else. So you have yourself a good evening there, Chuck, and we'll be listening along. VA3 CJZ, VE3 CEU.
Okay, Tom. Thanks for your check-in, sir, and relax and listen to the net. And so I don't know if I mentioned that Mark checked in with us, VA3MHV. He's on YouTube, and so did Jeff, VE3VNY, I believe, or NVY. I forget now. So, anyways, is there anyone else out there wishing to check in with us? Please come now. All right. Well, the good news is we do have some sideband contests this weekend. Let's go to contestcalendar.com and see what we got. Oh, we've got the ARRL 10 meter contest, 10 meter only for CW and phone. And so that'll be going on for 48 hours. 0 Zulu time, December 14th to 2400 Zulu, December 15th. So the airwaves will be on 10 meters. Will be pretty busy this weekend, I imagine. And so beware if you want to go on 10 meters. It'll be mostly contesters. So good luck with that. I think the rest are all CW and digital. Let's have a look here. We have another one that's 3 days. That's the longest one. The PODXS 070 Club Triple Play Low Band Sprint. Oh my God, that's a long name. So that is the PODXS, and that is for PSK 31 for 40 meters, 80, and 160. And then right after that, we have an RTTY contest called TRC Digi Contest. And that's for 10 meters right through to 160. 10, 15, 20, 40, 80, and 160. After that, we've got the SKCC Weekend Sprintathon. Now that's for CW, and that starts at 6 meters, and then 10, 15, 20, 40, 80, and 160. The next one is for Italy only, so they won't talk to you anyways. But it's called the ARI 4080 contest. It says here geographic focus Italy, participation Italy. And then we've got another one that has CW and sideband, and it's called the International Naval Contest. And that's from 1600 Zulu, December 14th, to 1559 Zulu, December 15th. That's for 10 meters, 15, 20, 40, and 80. The International Naval Contest. So there you go. All right. If you have any queries about any of these contests, there's also the bacon, Run for the Bacon. If Debbie's listening, I always got to bring that one in. Run for the Bacon QRP contest for CW, and that's from 10 meters through 160. But that's only on for 2 hours. It starts at 2300 Zulu, December 15th to 0100 Zulu, December 16th. All right. So if you guys want to check it out, just open up your web browser, type in contestcalendar.com. Are there any questions, comments, or announcements that people would like to make for anything they have upcoming? This is VA3CJZ. Please come now.
VE3BK.
VE3BK, Rick, come on in. Let us know what you got.
Yeah, the AREG contest for the Italians. They will talk to you in English. So I've been on that one before. Usually it's depends on conditions, but 20 meters you usually get them on there.
Okay. Well, here it says 40 and 80 only. Phone, CW, and digital. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get them on those bands, and I must be thinking about another contest. But it's one with the Italians that I was thinking about. But I thought 20 meters was in use. But I guess not. Okay. Sorry about that. Carry on.
Boy, you can tell you're old school, Rick. The Italians.
How do you say it?
Well, it's like people say Iraq. It's not pronounced Iraq. Ask anybody from Iraq, and they'll say, I'm from Iraq. Iraq. And Italy, you say Italy. You don't say Italian. You say Italian. And that's, I don't know. That's how I was brought up.
Oh, yeah, roger that. Okay, well, yeah. Yeah, the old school. Well, that different terminology for different generations, I guess, over.
That's what happens when you grow up in a city with Italians. Just ask my wife going through Catholic school. Anyways, okay, Rick, do you got anything else?
No, you announced all the ones that I announced on Monday night. That's good. Contestcalendar.com, that's a place to go. And OQP, well, that's coming in April, the OQP Ontario QSO party, but any QSO party for any state's listed there as well. And there's every weekend there's something going on.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Okay, very good. Oh, and I see Jeff corrected me. It's NVY. Thank you, Jeff. On the YouTube stream. And don't be shy if you want to hit the like button there. I'll take it. All right, let's do one more call out and see if anyone else is out there would like to check in here on the AREG net. This is VA3CJZ. All right, what do you say we start with a little bit of trivia with some audience participation? Let's see. Let's go to this screen here. There we go. Try not to show the back of my head too much here. All right, so we got this new trivia that I found, and it's called 100 Trivia Questions and Answers. We'll start with 90s movies. This will be the theme for the next few questions. And let me bring up. I got to have the YouTube stream up at the same time as I do this trivia, because I know a lot of people like to type in their answers. And so let's start off with number one here. And what is the name of the 1994 film directed by Quentin Tarantino that intertwines the stories of two mob hitmen, a boxer, a gangster's wife, and a pair of bandits? So we have multiple possible answers here. We've got one, Reservoir Dogs, two, Pulp Fiction, three, Jackie Brown, and four, Kill Bill. Anyone? Quentin Tarantino movie that involves two mob hitmen, a boxer, and a gangster's wife and a pair of bandits? Well, the answer is Pulp Fiction. Bruce Willis was the boxer. The two hitmen was Travolta and Sam Jackson. And yeah, okay. Let's move on to the next one. In the 1993 movie Jurassic Park, what type of dinosaur was the first to be cloned and shown to the audience? Is it A, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, B, the Velociraptor, C, the Triceratops, or D, the Brachiosaurus? All right, Wade, you finally corrected yourself and you got it right. It is, in fact, the Velociraptor. Wasn't that the one where the guy says, "Don't go into the tall grass"? All right, what's this one called? No, we're not going to do this one. We'll skip this one. All right, what is the title of the 1999 science fiction film directed by Lana and Willie Wachowski that explores the concept of simulated reality? Is it Inception, The Truman Show, The Matrix, or Dark City? And the answer is The Matrix. Of course, that's all about a simulated reality. All right, let's see if Richard finally made it here to on his radio, VA3 VJC, VA3 CJZ. Richard, are you there? Is there anyone that would like to check into the net? Please come now. This is VA3 CJZ. All right, what is the name of the 1999 film directed by Paul Thomas Anderson that follows the rise and fall of a pornographic filmmaker during the golden age of porn in the 1970s and 80s? Is it Punch Drunk Love, Magnolia, Boogie Nights, or There Will Be Blood? Just think Burt Reynolds. And the answer is Boogie Nights. Way to go, Wade. You got it. Which 1994 film, that's the last one in the series for movies here, which 1994 film, directed by Robert Zemeckis and based on a Winston Groom novel, won the Academy Award for Best Picture? Is it Pulp Fiction, Schindler's List, Shawshank Redemption, or Forrest Gump? This is in 1994. Just think of a box of chocolates. That's right, Wade. You got it. I don't hear anyone else participating, but that's okay. Forrest Gump is the movie that won an Academy Award for Best Picture. All right. Now we move into the animal category, the animal kingdom. What is the only mammal capable of true flight, not gliding? Is it A, the flying fox, the colugo, the flying squirrel or bat? The only mammal capable of true flight.
That is the bat.
The bat, wings.
That's right. I'm Batman. Very good. That is the answer. Here's a good one. Which animal possesses the largest brain relative to its body size? Possible answers are elephant, sperm whale, dolphin, or gorilla.
The dolphin.
Dolphin, VA3WPG.
The animal with the largest brain relative to its body size is the sperm whale. Wayne got that one too.
I was to the question. I thought you said the smallest to body size. Pay attention.
Yeah, it's you got to pay attention to the questions. Some of them are a little tricky. And sorry if I said Wayne. It was Wade who got that one. Penguins. What's the name of the smallest species of penguin? Is it the little blue penguin, the Adelie penguin, the chinstrap penguin, or the Gentoo penguin? The smallest species of penguin is actually called the little blue penguin, smallest one.
But can he dance?
Now, I don't know if somebody had too much time on their hands for this next one, but which insect holds the record for the fastest flying insect in the world? Is it A, dragonfly, 2, hawk moth, C, the housefly, or D, the bee? Which is the fastest flying insect?
It's got to be the bee, the super bee.
I think it's a fly. Fly.
Well, WPG. Those guys are kind of slow.
All right, Wade got it right. It is, in fact, the dragonfly is the fastest flying insect in the world.
So I had it right and I revoked it.
Okay, next, what is the name of the small elusive mammal native to Australia that is capable of laying eggs? Small elusive mammal native to Australia that lays eggs. Is it the platypus, the kangaroo, the Tasmanian devil, or the koala? It is, in fact, the platypus. If you think about it, kangaroos give live birth. So does Tasmanian devil, and so does the koala. Very good, Wade. Which bird species is known for its ability to mimic chainsaws and other mechanical sounds? Is it the mockingbird, the lyre bird, Lyre bird, the parrot, or the starling? Which bird species is known for its ability to mimic chainsaws and other mechanical sounds? It is, in fact, the lyra bird, Lyre bird. Yeah, chainsaw. I'd love to hear that. So Wade got that one right as well, partially. He wrote lyre. What is the only species of bear found in the southern hemisphere. So south of the equator, where do you find bears? All right, the only species. Okay, I can't say the answer. Is it A, the polar bear, the brown bear, the spectacled bear, or the panda bear? The only species of bear found in the southern hemisphere is the spectacled bear. Oh, it looks like it's got glasses on. I don't know if I've ever seen one of those. A spectacled bear. Interesting. Yeah, Wade, this is in the southern hemisphere we're talking about. Well, this is different. Which animal has the most complex eyesight in the animal kingdom? Possible answer: mantis shrimp, the eagle, the owl, or the cuttlefish. The animal with the most complex eyesight in the animal kingdom.
Owl, I think.
It would be biggest eyesight, that's for sure. And it is the shrimp. It's the mantis shrimp as the most complicated or complex eyesight. Yeah.
That's what BA3WGPG, that's what I was leaning towards because, like, well, hey, a fly sees what, 18 of the same thing out of each eye or something? Fly, shrimp, kind of the same kind of thing in a way.
Yeah, I don't know. I know flies have like, or bees, they have like 52 uh, things on each side of their head. So, their eyes, I mean, on their eyeballs. So, yeah, that was an interesting one. All right. What's the name of the largest living species of turtle, known for its distinctive ridged shell and often found in tropical and subtropical oceans? Possible answers: the loggerhead turtle, the leatherback sea turtle, the green sea turtle, or the hawksbill turtle. Um, Largest living species of turtle, known for its distinctive ridged shell. That's right. Wade got it right again. It is, in fact, the good old leatherback sea turtle, largest one. I remember going to Algonquin Park and I was fishing, and it was a popular spot for wildlife. And then these two turtles come by, big ones, like, and they had a brass plate attached to their shells. Uh, Brass. I'm not sure what it was made of, but it looked shiny, and they were together. Pretty cool. I mean, they were about oh maybe 2 feet. The shell it was big. Yeah. So obviously they were caught and tagged and released. So yeah, I love Algonquin Park. Uh, I One day I told the ranger I had the wife and I had just seen a silver uh, wolf, and the the ranger was surprised. He said, "In daylight, you saw?" I said, "Yeah, we were coming down the highway. We seen it out in an opening, and pulled the car over and looked at it. I took a picture. It was pretty cool. Too bad that back then I was using film actual film in the camera, and I accidentally reused the same film in Algonquin Park, and so it was double exposed. You should have seen the weird photos that came out of that. But anyways, I saw it with my own eyes, so I know what it was. It was cool. Which creature holds the record for the longest migration journey of any animal? All right, answers are the sockeye salmon, the monarch butterfly, the humpback whale, or the Arctic tern, Tern. Which creature holds the record for the longest migration?
Let's go with the monarch butterfly.
They only go to Mexico.
But if you figure out the distance based on their
The term.
relatively, they migrate further than the big beasts.
Well, the answer is actually the Arctic tern. I have no idea what a tern is. Somebody let me know. Tern. Wade says it's a bird. Okay. Yeah, I was asking my Amazon assistant one day there how high a certain bird can fly, and the answer came back with as high as an airliner, 30,000 feet, 25,000 feet. I'm like, what? That's crazy. Good one, Wade. Let's see. Is there anybody waiting in the wings that would like to check in with us? It is 9:02 p.m. and I am VA3 CJZ.
It's 8 minutes until Larry time.
All right, my squelch did squatch there, which means somebody tried to get in. Is that Richard, VA3VJC? All right, let's move to the next category, cities. What city holds the record for the highest altitude among the world's capital cities? Now, these are all capital cities around the world. The first one is La Paz. The other is Kathmandu. We have Quito and Bogota for the last one. Highest capital cities in the world, highest altitudes. Anyone?
Going to Kathmandu.
All right. Well, the answer is La Paz, and I think that's Bolivia. I'm surprised they didn't. Oh, yeah, India. They're in Tibet, but those aren't capital cities. Where else is high? Peru, the Andes. Huh, interesting. What is the most populous city in Africa, considering population within city limits? So, most populated cities in Africa, or city, we have Cairo, Johannesburg, Lagos, and Kinshasa. Lagos, Lagos, is the most populated city in Africa. What city holds the title of the oldest continuously inhabited city globally? Continuously inhabited. Is it Athens, Jerusalem, Cairo, or Damascus? Well, the answer is Damascus in Syria. Syria has some very, very old ruins there, and yeah, the longest continuously inhabited city is Damascus in Syria. Way to go, Wade! You smart guy, you. What city is recognized as the northernmost capital city worldwide? What city is recognized as the northernmost capital city worldwide? The possible answers are Helsinki, Stockholm, Oslo, or Reykjavik.
Reykjavik.
I'm going with that last one, VA3WPG.
Yeah, that's it. Reykjavik. Where is that?
It's either Iceland or Greenland.
And I got them both. Okay, very good. Anyone know what the capital city of New Zealand is? Is it Auckland? Is it Christchurch? Is it Wellington or Queenstown? The capital city of New Zealand. It's actually Wellington. Wellington is the answer. Which city in India is home to the iconic Taj Mahal? I didn't even know the answer to this. Okay, is it Delhi, Mumbai, Agra, or Jaipur?
Let's go with Agra.
Add a little Vi before the Agra. And yes, that is the answer. Mac, you're on the board. Agra.
And my visitor's visa was approved today.
Yeah, I overheard you just part of your conversation talking about leaving town again. Is that right, Mac?
Uh-huh.
All right. Tell us what is it? When, where, how?
January 4th, flying to Delhi and parts beyond in India.
You poor bugger.
Well, that's certainly inspiring. Yeah, I'm not really totally looking forward to it, but it's going to be an experience, to say the least.
Well, don't drink anything with ice cubes in it because you can't guarantee those ice cubes are clean. Be very careful what you're drinking there. Number one, it's one of the most dirtiest places in the world. Yeah, be careful.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Well, where you're going, it will definitely test you. It'll test you.
Yeah, the first thing my wife did was go and buy me one of those filtration bottles. So she says, you pour it in here and you suck it out here. And there's a active carbon filter that's going to protect you from choking on whatever. Yeah. And of course, she pulled up all the gross videos about people preparing red meat by cutting them with their toenails and all kinds of wonderful stuff. But yeah, that's the other side of the tracks.
And stay away from the barbecued rats and cockroaches. those food vendors, they'll cook anything. Unless they're dipped in chocolate first, of course. Oh boy, I'm gonna give Mac some nightmares here. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. How long you going for?
Leaving on the 4th, back on the 11th.
And do you have travel insurance?
Of course.
You're gonna need it. I'm just kidding, Mac. I'm just pulling your leg. Okay, very good then. All right. Well, thanks for letting me know. I like I said, I had only caught a portion of your conversation mentioning getting visas and whatnot. So, all right. Okay. So with that, it is 9:11 p.m. Let's see if anyone else is out there that would like to check in with us here on the AREG net. This is VA3 CJZ.
It's Larry time.
Where are they sending you to? Mac, Quebec? VE3LBI.
India.
Close enough.
I think I'd rather go to India than Quebec.
Oh,
Come on, Mac, they got quartz there.
They got what?
Quartz.
Okay, whatever. But yeah, at least the folks in India, they treat you well, and they speak to you in your own language. You go to Quebec, you're just never mind.
Anyways, just showed up, Chuck. We got in here now, so. All right. When you going to India?
You should show up at class on time. January 4th, leaving the 4th, coming back on the 11th.
Oh, do some type of new vehicle or something they're putting together?
No, we're bringing on board a new forging supplier, so I got to go and check them out, make sure that they're giving us at least 30% of what they're promising.
Okay. All right. I'll pass it back over to you, Chuck.
yeah. I wonder if they're still doing the Bell Service call center from there.
Come again.
I remember there was a big stink made about Bell using their tech support and their call centers from India. I've actually asked people on those calls where they are, because you never know, right? When you call a call center, they could be anywhere in the world. And yeah, sure enough, in India, and they made a big stink about that. Anyways, Larry, come on in.
Yeah, no, I just showed up. I was doing a couple things, and well, I had to fix our blow-up Santa Claus in the front lawn there. It kept falling over, but I found out why. So got that straightened away and closed up the garage. I thought I'd come in here, and I'm a couple minutes late. And I normally try to get in around 9, but I know I'm a few minutes late after.
Yeah, well, Mac has got your schedule down pat, so no worries. Okay, Larry, thanks for checking in, sir. Much appreciated. Anyone else out there wishing to check in, please come now. All right, let's bring back. Oh, he set up, Chuck? I didn't notice, Wade. Thanks. Huh. What British inventor is credited for developing the concept of the world's first programmable computer, the analytical engine, in the 1830s? So, which British inventor? Was it Alan Turing, Ada Lovelace, Charles Babbage, or John von Neumann? And of course, Wade has that one right. It is, in fact, Charles Babbage. Anything computer, Wade knows. All right. What French chemist and microbiologist is credited with a namesake discovery that revolutionized food preservation? Is it A. Louis Pasteur, Alexander Fleming, Marie Curie? I don't think she did uh, preservation. Antoine Lavoisier.
Pasture.
Yeah, because Madame Curie radiated everything, including herself. The correct answer is, in fact, Louis Pasteur. Okay, this is funny. Known for her pioneering research on radioactivity, who was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize? Is it Stephanie Kwolek, Rosalind Franklin, Marie Curie, or Ada Lovelace?
You gave it away. It's Mary.
Oh, Mary, what have you done? You're glowing.
You've been cooked. Oh, a little béarnaise sauce?
She was radiant. I think that's Noel there. All right, let's. Ooh. Name the company that introduced the first commercially available lithium ion battery in 1991. Is it Panasonic, Sony, Duracell, or Energizer? You'd be amazed to know that it was Sony. The Sony company made the first lithium ion battery. For their tech gear, I'm sure. That was 33 years ago, by the way. Okay, so what is the name of the French physicist who invented the electric battery and discovered several elements, including sodium and potassium? Is it Joseph Louis Lagrange, Jacques Charles, Antoine Lavoisier, or André Marie Ampère? Antoine Lavoisier invented the electric battery. In what year was the World Wide Web invented? Anyone know? What year was the World Wide Web? Is it 1979, 1984, 1989, or 1991? So the answer is 1989 was the year the World Wide Web was invented. Jeez. Okay, last one here. What inventor is credited with the discovery of penicillin in 1928? Is it Alexander Fleming, Louis Pasteur, Marie Curie, or Antoine Lavoisier? Yeah, that's right, Wade. It's Fleming. Alexander Fleming invented or discovered penicillin in 1928. You'd think I would know that off by heart. Okay, so let me put a cut right there in this one, and we'll save that for next week. So with that, are there any check-ins, questions, or comments for this edition of the AREG Net? Please come now.
I had Sony, but I didn't speak up. WPG.
VA3 NFG.
Okay, VA3 NFG. Stand by 1 second. Chris, what was that?
Oh, I was just saying I had the Sony answer, but I didn't speak up.
Don't you hate when that happens? Remember, always go with your gut. Your very first answer that comes to you is usually the right one. Usually. But anyways, thanks, Chris. Let's go to Steve. VA3, November Foxtrot Golf.
Good evening, Chuck, and everybody on net here. Just general check-in there for you, Chuck. No traffic this evening. I just got in the door from work. Haven't even made it into the house yet. Just in the back sunroom here, having a quick smoke. Other than that, that's all I got, Chuck.
All right, Steve. Well, thanks for checking in. And just take it easy, relax, and kick your shoes off and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thanks, sir. Steve, anything else?
No, that'll be all. I don't even have my shoes off yet, so that'll be next. But okay, thanks, buddy. I'll let you carry on with the net there. See what else you can pull in. VA3 NFG.
Okay, so we'll clear with VA3 November Fox Golf. Let's see who else is out there would like to check in with us here on the weekly Simplex Net, or the Amateur Radio Exchange Group. This is VA3 CJZ. All right, let's move on this day. We're already at week 198 times I have done on this day, and we always start with today's famous birthdays, December 11th. I will start off with everyone's favorite brewmaster, John Labatt, born on this day in 1838. He's a Canadian brewer and businessman, of course, with the Labatt Brewing Company, and he was born in Westminster Township. So it doesn't say what country, though, but he's Canadian. So wherever Westminster Township is. And John Labatt passed away in 1915.
Not everybody's favorite. I've been to a few bars here where I asked for a Labatt, and it's like, we're Molson only bar.
Yeah, that's in the Toronto area. That's why. Okay, very good. And by the way, Mac, when Larry said they have quarts, he was talking about quarts of beer. 2.5 beers, I think, or whatever, in each bottle in Quebec. All right, next, let's go to Fiorello LaGuardia, born on this day in 1882. He was an American politician and mayor of New York City. He has an airport named after him called LaGuardia Airport. Next, born on this day in 1889, Walter Knott, Knott. He died in 1981, 91 years old, 92. He was an American farmer who created the Knott's Berry Farm amusement park in California and introduced the boysenberry to America. He was born in San Bernardino, California. Next, born on this day in 1926, we have the voice of Danger, Will Robinson. His name is Richard or Dick Tufeld, an American voice actor for Lost in Space. He was Robot born in Los Angeles, and he died in 2012. I've actually never seen a photo of this guy, so we'll keep it a mystery. Anyways,
VE3MQ.
VE3MQ, Tom. Hey, come on in. What's happening?
Not too much. Just sitting here playing on the radio. Thought I would check in while I'm sitting here.
Oh, very good. How are the conditions?
So. I need one more to get my 12 entries for that award.
Which award?
12 days of QRZ.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm going to have to check that after the net there. That's right, folks. On QRZ, there's another yearly Christmas award and 12 days, I guess, of Christmas. I better get going. I don't know how many I've got.
Yeah, it starts 24/12/01 and goes to, where the heck's the end of it? 25/02/28. So you have to the February the 28th to get them.
12 days of QRZ.
Yeah, that's easy peasy for a lot of us. What was that, Chris? That was too fast.
The contest is the 12 days of QRZ.
Right. Thanks for clearing that up, Chris. And so you guys can get yourselves another easy award. Very good, Tom. What band is active right now?
40 and 80.
Ah, very good, very good. I keep seeing Indonesia pop up there, but I can't hear them.
Come over here. You can hear them.
With a beam.
That's right. My $50 beam.
Yeah, don't have any HF beams. All right, very good, Tom. All right, anything else?
Nope. Just good evening to everybody. V3MQ.
All right, one more thing before you go there. When do you go under the knife again?
I go tomorrow at I go Friday 8 a.m. up to West Fifth campus for the pre-op. That's how they work it now. And then I go next Wednesday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon for another slice of pizza.
I'm curious. What are they doing pre-op?
Oh, they just want to make sure that the anesthetic, I can take it, and whether or not I got to stay the night because I have a CPAP machine, and want to know what drugs I'm taking.
I gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, I hope that goes smooth for you. I'm sure this time around they'll get it right.
Well, I sure the hell hope so. He told me he's going to fix my rotator cuff while he's there and everything else. Well, I hope so, because I'm tired of being a left-handed person.
Oh, God, yeah. I remember those days. All right, Tom. I wish you the best, my friend. And, of course, it's going to take a couple of months, I think maybe a month or so before you start feeling well.
Yeah, and this time I should be able to go to therapy.
Yeah, get that physio. Use all those fancy gizmos they got there.
And don't forget, it's garbage night.
Ah, yes, that's right. I saw an orange and white cat jump up on my front porch earlier, and he's been making the rounds in my yard. I wonder if we got rodents or something going on. He's making the rounds there, yard to yard. But it was funny. He jumped. I have a gate at the top of my front porch, and it was closed. And I happened to be looking at my security camera, and all of a sudden I see this orange and white cat just pop up on top of the gate. I'm like, oh yeah, hi kitty.
It's even better watching a spider when they go across the camera. Now, before I do leave, I have a question. I don't know if any of you've seen it. I belong to the Hamilton Neighborhood Watch. Over at Melvin and Woodward, somebody, I don't know, I haven't gone over to check it myself, but there is a 5-section pop-up tower with it on a tripod, and I'm not sure if anybody knows what that is.
A pop-up tower? No, I haven't heard anything about it there, Tom. But let me know something. Have you talked to Vic lately? I haven't heard Vic in quite a while.
I tried calling there the other day, and I got the answer machine, and it's his daughter on it.
Uh-oh. That means she's truly taken over if it's her voice.
No kidding. Actually, I'm going to do a phone call right now. VE3MQ.
All right, Tom, thanks. We'll let you get on with it. Okay, anyone else out there wishing to check into our net, please come now. This is VA3CJZ. Okay, I'm back. So with that, let's go back to on this day and continue on with our birthdays. Where are we here? Okay, next. Oh yeah, does anybody remember when they used to sell magazines? They don't. I don't see the magazine racks anymore. But this next gentleman was the author of, or no, the artist for the magazine Conan the Barbarian. John Buscema, Buscema. John Buscema, born on this day, 1927. And like I said, he was the artist for Conan the Barbarian. I actually have a stack of those magazines in a large Tupperware here in the basement. Back when I was single, I used to read a lot of magazines. And this guy is born in Brooklyn, New York, and died in 2002. Most of my magazines were from the 1990s. I even have National Geographic, believe it or not. All right, next we've got Ferdinand A. Porsche, born on this day, 1935, German car designer. He designed the Porsche 911, born in Stuttgart, Germany, and he died in 2012. All right, next we've got Terry Garr, born on this day, 1944. She's an American actress. You might remember her in the movie Young Frankenstein with Marty Feldman. She was the young leading actress. She was also in Tootsie. She was in Mr. Mom and quite a few other movies. Born in Ohio. Says here she passed away this year, 2024. Okay, let's go to the music section here. In 1948, Chester Thompson was born. He's an American session and touring drummer and percussionist for Frank Zappa, and then Genesis, and then formed his own band, Chester Thompson Trio. Born in Baltimore, Maryland. A lot of these bands either had problems with their keeping members in the group, or they just weren't good enough for recording. A lot of them used session and touring people to do these gigs. So these bands didn't always have full-time members, it seems. All right, next in 1954, Jermaine Jackson was born, the brother of Michael and the other uh, large group of singers and performers, the Jackson Five. He was born in Gary, Indiana, still alive. I know one of the Jacksons passed away recently. Next, let's go to Nikki Sixx. If anyone knows the band Motley Crue, Nikki Sixx turns 66 today. He was born in 1958. He's an American rock bassist and songwriter for Motley Crue. You might remember the song Girls, Girls, Girls. Born in San Jose, California. Next, born on this day in 1961, Daryl Jones, the American bass player for Sting and then the Rolling Stones, and he is still the bass player for the Rolling Stones. I didn't know that. Born in Chicago, Illinois, because it says Rolling Stones from 1993 to the present. Here's another cool fact. I didn't know that Kool and the Gang still perform to this day. Curtis, or Fitz Williams, born on this day, 1962. He's an American funk and R&B keyboard player for Kool and the Gang between 1982 and 88. And then he took a break and came back in 1995, and he's still with them. Last on my list is Rey Mysterio. He's a pretty popular wrestler. Born on this day, 1974. His real name is Oscar Gutierrez. He's an American professional wrestler, born in Chula Vista, California. And that's it for famous people born on this day. Do we got any questions or comments or check-ins for our weekly net? This is VA3CJZ. Okay, who died today in history? Let's start with Genghis Khan's son. Died in 1242. His name was Ogedai Khan, the second Kagan emperor of the Mongol Empire and son of Genghis Khan, who expanded Mongolian Empire, and he dies of suspected poisoning or alcoholism. They don't know. And he was around 56 years old. Next, we've got Maurice MacDonald. Born on this day, 1971. He is an American fast food pioneer, along with his brother, known as the McDonald Brothers, who bought this fast food restaurant and turned it into a multi-billion-dollar company. Maurice MacDonald. One of the brothers. And finally on my list, we've got Betty Page. She was an American pinup model, considered the queen of pinups, and also called the Dark Angel because of her black hair. And she passed away at the age of 85 in 2008. That's it for famous people dying on this day. So a few weeks ago, I started mentioning famous people dying this year. And we're now at the month of July and August of 2024. And we have Shelley Duvall, who passed away on July 11th this summer. She's an American actress. You might remember her as Olive Oyl in the movie Popeye. She was also in the movie Nashville and the movie The Shining with Jack Nicholson. She dies in her sleep from diabetes complications at the age of 75. Next, Shannon Doherty died this year, July 13th. American actress, you might remember her from Beverly Hills 90210. Died of cancer at the age of 53. Bob Newhart died on July 18th this year. American Grammy Award winning comedian and Emmy Award winning actor. The Bob Newhart Show. And he was also on The Big Bang Theory. Dies at the age of 94. All right, those of you who follow golfing might remember Chichi Rodriguez. He died on August 8th of this year. Puerto Rican golfer. He won the Senior Tournament Players Championship in 1986, the PGA Senior Championship in 87. He dies at the age of 88.
You must be close to that.
Not quite. Got a ways. Got a ways to go. Next, we got the CEO of YouTube dying this year, August 9th. Susan Wojcicki, American businesswoman and CEO of YouTube from 2014 to 2023. Google executive from 1999 to 2014. Considered the most important person in advertising. Died of lung cancer at the age of 56. Who remembers watching Hollywood Squares? Peter Marshall died this year, August 14th. His real name, get this, his real name, now I know why he changed it to Peter Marshall. His real name is Ralph Pierre Lacock. It's spelt the way it sounds, Lacock. So he's an American TV game show host for Hollywood Squares, and he was a stage actor and singer before that, and he died of kidney failure at the ripe old age of 98.
Hey, your host today is Mr. Cock.
That's Lacock to you, sir. Next, we have Afa, dying August 16th, one of the Samoan tag team wrestlers with WWE, also related to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Afa was 81 years old. And Phil Donahue died August 18th of this year. American Emmy Award winning daytime TV talk show. I used to remember watching him years ago. The Phil Donahue Show. He was 88. All right, who remembers the TV sitcom with the black family called Good Times with Kid Dynamite? Well, John Amos passed away August 21st. He was the father, the rough and tough, stern father on Good Times, and he died of congestive heart failure at age 84. And that's it for famous people dying on this day in history. Any questions, comments, or check-ins? Please come now.
VA3, Mike Hotel Victor.
Yes, sir. VA3, Mike Hotel Victor. Come on in.
Evening, Chuck, and everybody else on net. Just checking in, Chuck. See how you're reading me here? I've been enjoying the program.
All right, Mark, our newly minted amateur radio operator. You're coming in at about 10 over S9 here by the Center Mall. So pretty good. And it's good that you're not moving while you're transmitting, holding, I believe, handy talkie. Roger?
Roger that, Chuck. The Bofang, yeah. Same strength now. I'm at the patio door.
Oh, you went up to about 20 now on my screen. So really good, really good. Whereabouts are you again?
East Mountain location over near Larry, but I am in a high rise, so pretty good line of sight to you.
Okay, yeah, I'll say, yeah, you're right on top of me. Larry is as well. So yeah, I'm right down here at Ottawa Street in Barton, and if you're on Upper Ottawa area there, that's right above me. So sounded good there, Mark.
Well, very good. That's about all I have, Chuck. Just been enjoying the show. Thank you for doing it, and I'll say 7-3 to all.
All right, Mark. Yeah, jump in anytime if you have a question or comment. Thanks for joining us, and glad you're enjoying it. Anyone else out there wishing to check in with us here on the weekly Amateur Radio Exchange Group, the AREG, longest running Simplex Net in Hamilton? And please come now. And by the way, just to give you all an update on John, the founder of the AREG Net, VE3JSU, has informed me that either today or yesterday, he moved into his new apartment in Thunder Bay. He no longer lives in Manitouwadge, but he did move over slightly closer to us in Thunder Bay. And I'm assuming he's unpacking at this very moment. All right, very good then. So let's move on to today's historical events. And we'll start with the Mayflower. In 1620, on this day, December 11th, the Mayflower Pilgrims come ashore in Plymouth Bay, traditionally thought to be at Plymouth Rock, Massachusetts. And then in 1719, the first recorded display of Aurora Borealis in North American colonies. And this would be in New England. First Aurora Borealis seen in 1719 over in New England. Then in 1816, Indiana becomes the 19th state of the Union. Laughing gas, first used in 1844. The first dental use of nitrous oxide was in Hartford, Connecticut. All right, in 1882, Boston's Bijou Theater, the first American playhouse lit exclusively by electricity, holds its first performance. And so back then they used flames, right, to light the stage. This was the first electrically lit stage performance, 1882. All right, in 1896, we have the title Telegraphy Without Wires. In 1896, Chief Electrical Engineer of the British Post Office, William Preece, gives a public lecture in London called Telegraphy Without Wires, praising the work of 22-year-old Guglielmo Marconi. Okay, then in 1919, we've got a Canadian football exhibition game played in Van Cortlandt Park in the Bronx, and it was the Hamilton Tigers, and they beat the Ottawa Rough Riders 11-6 in front of 15,000 fans. Also, in 1909, colored moving pictures are demonstrated at Madison Square Garden, New York City. 1909. And on this day, December 11th, 1913, the Mona Lisa is recovered after 2 years after it was stolen from the Louvre Museum. Hank Williams begins to record for the Sterling Records label on this day, 1946. And in 1951, Joe DiMaggio announces his retirement from baseball. First, Alaska's first TV station, KTVA, TV Channel 11 in Anchorage, starts broadcasting on this day, 1953, KTVA. All right, and on this day, 1960, Cy Coleman and Carolyn Lay's musical Wildcat with Lucille Ball premieres in New York City. Now, I'm not sure, but if a lot of people know this, but Lucille Ball was instrumental in helping the series Star Trek get on the air. The studio didn't like the pilot, and they were going to can it, but Lucille Ball put up her own money to ensure the show had another chance, and so she produced, along with her husband Desi Arnaz, the Star Trek series, as well as many other TV shows. Lucille Ball was the producer. All right, 1967, the supersonic airliner prototype Concorde is first shown in France. All right, this next one is straight out of the movie Wise Guys. In 1978, 6 masked men bound 10 employees at Lufthansa cargo area at New York's Kennedy Airport and made off with $5 million in cash and jewelry. All of the participants and some associates were later killed on the order of an alleged organized crime mastermind, and the loot is never recovered. Straight out of the movie. And Magnum P.I. Premieres on CBS on this day in 1980. Next, we got Ali's last fight, 1981. Former world heavyweight boxing champion Muhammad Ali's 61st and last fight, and he loses to Trevor Berbick. 1981, Space Lab 1 arrives at Kennedy Space Center. Between 1983 and 1998, Space Lab flew on the space shuttle a total of 22 times. And the first module of the ISS was launched in 1998 when the Space Lab stopped flying, and it was the Russian control module Zarya. That was the first crew to live on the ISS, was called Expedition 1, and they arrived on November 2nd, 2000. And that's when they started or continued doing experiments in space. And that's how the ISS came to be, thanks to Space Lab 1. All right. 1985, General Electric acquires RCA Corporation and its subsidiary NBC. Didn't know that. In 1985 also, an NHL record 62 points are scored between Edmonton and Chicago. 36 points for Edmonton and 26 for Chicago, with a score of 12-9. And that ties the record of 21 goals in one game. In 1997, a federal judge orders Microsoft not to bundle Internet Explorer 4 in Windows. guys remember that? Bertie Madoff arrested in 2008 on this day. Bertie Madoff is arrested and charged with securities fraud in $50 billion Ponzi scheme. And then in 2012, HSBC Bank, which I looked it up, it's a British bank, British-owned bank, and it says here the HSBC Bank settles with U.S. authorities to pay $1.9 billion for drug cartel money laundering. So if they only paid a fine of $1.9 billion, I can guarantee you they probably made a lot more than that in money laundering. Hey, who here knew that Playboy doesn't show any nude photos anymore? It says here Playboy's last nude issue on this day, 2015. Playboy magazine publishes its last nude issue. And guess who is on the cover? Anyone? Pamela Anderson is on the cover of the very last Playboy with nude photos of Pamela.
Democrats must have cried it was misogynistic to women and had a little protest smashing windows and stuff, and they decided to quit.
Yeah, you're probably not far off. All right, we're near the end here. In 2020, the European Union leaders agree to cut net carbon emissions by 55% in the next decade. Good luck with that. Oh, yeah. LA's first female mayor. In 2022, Karen Bass is sworn in as first female mayor of Los Angeles by Vice President Kamala Harris and declares a homelessness state of emergency in the city. In other words, don't go to LA. Lockerbie bombing of Pan Am Flight 103. Guys, remember that? That was back in December 21st, 1988. But in 2022, U.S. authorities announced that the Libyan man accused of making the bomb on board Pan Am Flight 103 is now in U.S. custody. Took him long enough. 40 years? Almost. Okay, my last story here is in 2023. The Canadian accused poison seller Kenneth Law, I didn't know he was Canadian, who allegedly sent 200 packages to people in more than 40 countries, is charged with 14 counts of murder. Well, that's it for On This Day in History. I hope you all enjoyed it. And do we have any questions or comments or check-ins, late check-ins for this week's AREG Net? Please come now. All right, let's quickly go through the list. First, we have Walt, VE3 Fox Hotel Echo. Walt, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm still here listening attentively. And wasn't that Bernie Madoff? Wasn't he? What do you call it? Wasn't he with Martha Stewart there? Wasn't that what she went to jail for?
Oh, I don't think. I think what's her name there? She got thrown in the can because she had inside information on stocks. The other guy was an investment banker who basically just took people's money and never gave them anything back.
Yeah, kind of sounds like Martha. Anyway, good night, Chuck. Keep it up. Victor Echo 3 Foxtrot Hotel. Oh, hey. Hi, NFG. How are you today? Victor Echo 3 Foxtrot Hotel Echo. I'm clear.
Steve, are you there? He must be elbow deep in his cereal. We'll see. We'll try and call him at the end here. VA3 AXJ.
Yeah, I'm still here, Chuck. Just watching the funny channel here. I think I'm gonna get up earlier tomorrow and get some ingredients. Gonna make some chicken vegetable soup. We taste it already.
Country style chicken soup. Yep.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do. Anyhow, VA3AXJ, we're going to be clear the frequency. Thanks for doing it, Chuck. It was a good net. We'll catch you later. 7-3s for now.
Okay, Rick. Thanks for checking in and sticking it out. And unfortunately, the other downtown Rick we did not hear. Maybe I'll check my emails after and see if I got a message or anything, but I hope he's okay. So let's go to Mac, VA3IMW.
Well, Chuck, another wonderful net as usual. Certainly appreciate the entertainment. Looking forward to everybody checking in with us tomorrow night on 446.125 Lake Ontario Radio Club Simplex Net on Thursday evening, 7 p.m. Until then, 7-3s to one and all.
All right, Mac. Yes, certainly. It's that time already, eh? Tomorrow at 7 p.m. 446-125 Simplex. So that's 2 Simplex nets in a row. All right. Way to go, Mac. We'll check in with you tomorrow. How about Wade? Victor Alpha 3, November Charlie Alpha. Are you there?
VA3CJZ, VA3NCA. Yeah, sure am, Chuck. Hung out right to the end there. Thanks again for doing it as always. A great way to spend a Wednesday. I'm going to have a little bit of withdrawal here because I have work events both tomorrow and Friday. I got to head into the office and I'll be late getting back. So I'm going to miss the Simplex Net. And I'm going to miss the Reg Chew. I haven't missed a Reg Chew in a while, so I guess I'm going to probably not be on the air again till the Saturday net. So I'll try and figure out how to fill my time with Radio Fix in the meantime. Also, you have Downtown Richard checking in on YouTube. Just did it just now, so you might actually be able to pick him up. Or at least say hi to him there. So good to hear from him. And yeah, thanks again for doing it. I'll see you next week. VA3 NCA, back to net control.
Take an HT with you. I'll hear you.
Yeah.
Okay, Wade. Well, you will be missed for sure. We always enjoy having you tell us about this and that. And so, yeah, well, don't work too hard. And thanks for checking in and hanging around. And Richard, VA3 VJC, have you tried the simplex, or sorry, the crossband frequency of 446050? Or do you not have a working radio? Let us know in the comments there, or you could try and key up on crossband. Rick, VE3BK, I think he said he put it on for you. So let me know. Let me know what happened. All right, let's continue on the list here. Thanks, Mac. Much appreciated. And Wade was last. So we also had Wayne, VA3FMB on the YouTube stream, and VE3KDT. And we also had VE3NVY that also checked in on YouTube. Thank you all so much. For those of you just tuning in, you can listen and watch the net anytime after I'm done this one. It'll be available to watch online. Tonight was AREG week 1630. If you want to watch it in your leisure time, by all means, there's a clock on every camera You can tell what time it is, so you can move the slider back and forth if you like, or just play it through. Thank you, everyone who checked in. Next, we've got Jason, VE3 Zulu Juliet Charlie. All right, they must be snuggling by the fireplace. How about Rick, VE3 Bravo Kilowatt?
Yeah, good evening to everybody on net. And I'm on my own crossband here, Chuck. It seems to be working fine. I'm in a different part of the house, so I thought I'd use my old radio, my old Yaesu handheld, and it's working pretty good through the crossband down in Hamshack. So anyway, good evening to everybody on the net. Thanks for doing the net there, Chuck. 73 for now. B3 Bravo Kilowatt.
All right, Rick, thanks very much for putting up the crossband for us. Maybe it can get used another time there. I don't know what happened tonight, but thank you so much for setting that up. And don't forget, folks, Rick is a net controller on Monday nights at 8 o'clock on 7.100. If you've got 40 meter capability, stop in and say hi to Rick on 40 meters, 7.100 at 8 p.m. on Mondays. Thank you, Rick. Let's see if Mark is still around. VA3 Mike Hotel Victor.
BA3 Mike Hotel Victor, yes. I'm here, Chuck. Thank you very much for doing the net. Enjoyed it. I'll say good evening to everyone. And that's about all I got. 73 $.
Okay, Mark, thanks for your check-in and for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed it. So next, let's go to Chris, VA3 WPG.
Yeah, ABA3 WPG. I guess everybody have a good evening. As usual, been a slice. We'll catch you on the next one, and 73 till next time. BA3 WPG.
All right, Chris, take care, my friend. Thank you for checking in and all your input and your answers during the trivia portion. I think it's a lot of fun. All right, I think Tomas has gone to bed, VE3 Charlie Echo uniform. But let's see, just in case. Tom, are you still there? Yeah, didn't think so. Well, let's go to Larry, VE3 LBI.
Still listening along, Chuck. Thanks again. And I'm not sure if anybody else is left behind me. I just missed a little bit of it there. So, anyways, okay. Thanks. Like I say, thanks again for doing it, VE3 LBI.
Okay, Larry. And just a reminder to join Larry every Friday night at 8 o'clock on the ZOE repeater. That's 443.075 at 8 o'clock. All you need is the positive offset. No tone required. Thanks, Larry. Oh, by the way, it's called the Friday Night Rag Chew. And so with that, let's go to Steve. Mr. Shreddies, VA3 November Foxtrot Golf. All right. And Tom is my last person, VE3MQ. You still there, Tom? All right. Well, I'd like to wish Tom much success with his upcoming procedure to fix that arm that's been giving him problems. And so hopefully that goes smooth for you. Okay, so before we close the net, are there any last-minute check-ins for tonight's AREG net? This is VA3 CJZ. All right, nothing heard. Well, tonight we got a total of 17 check-ins, including people who checked in on YouTube. So thank you all so much for your check-in, for your participation, and keeping the ham radio hobby alive and well. I look forward to doing it again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Take care, one and all. Be safe and be kind. This is VA3 CJZ saying 7-3.